All right, everybody. Good morning. It's been a long time. Today's goal: 1, talk about Led Zeppelin. 2, drive to work. Let's get down to the brass tacks. I never fully connected with Zepp. I kind of did. I mean, Stairway to Heaven was probably the biggest song, one of the biggest songs of my youth. My friends loved it. My friends' older brothers could drum to it. I got a couple theories as to why I don't connect as deeply with Led Zeppelin as with some other bands. One, I'm questioning how romantic they truly were. I tended to really connect with bands that had a certain kind of melancholy, morose. I guess maybe I was an emo kid in the 60s and 70s or something. Melancholy and morose romanticism. And I'm not sure there's a lot of that in Led Zeppelin. I always got kind of a confidence or a brashness to their romanticism, if there was, if indeed they were being romantic at all. Because, half the time he was singing about hobbits, right? No joke. The second, another item might just be Robert Plant's voice. It was kind of a style, range, and attitude that I wasn't into. Way up high. That's actually cool. But he was singing kind of a screamer, and I don't think I related to high screaming vocals. My third one is I was not a stoner as a kid. I just have never liked mellowing agents that much. So perhaps to really appreciate the confident, screaming, high-pitched hobbit rock, that you had to be sitting around getting high. Led Zeppelin, do you have to be a stoner to fully appreciate them? Is weed essential?
Absolutely not.
No. The fact that they weren't singing about my brand of romanticism, which is what most kids are buying. The fact that his voice was kind of not what I was used to. I was more of a Dylan guy. What would Led Zeppelin do if they were out here? It'd be like, right? Doesn't work. But Bob Dylan, Girl in the North Country, it works. Works out here in the... If it doesn't work with Mother Nature, then maybe it's not that great. Sorry, Zepp. I was born in 65, so I'm definitely a hair younger than the absolute peak Zepp fans who were able to get stoned, even, age-wise, while they enjoyed their Zeppelin. But I'm definitely in the range. I was 13 in 1970, 14 in 1979. So maybe I was just a little too young. Maybe that's the fourth thing to really get Zepp. I might have been in the wrong pocket. I got the band and Dylan and Van Morrison, and I was into a lot of 50s music, Chuck Berry, the Big Bopper, Buddy Holly. I was into some Beach Boys. I liked Sonny and Cher. The reason I was into the 50s music was my mom and dad used to throw sock hops in the 70s. Literal, poodle and pink skirt, white t-shirt, roll up the, this might have been due to Happy Days resurgence or something, but they really got into it, so we just had tons of 45s of all the classic, great and average 50s rock, but mostly great, doo-wop, Bo Diddley, Chuck Berry. Maybe that's what I was jamming to. I mean, I got Boston as a gift, and I really enjoyed the Boston record, so I was a little bit with what was happening in the late 70s. I was not into disco. I will say that when I was in high school, and this may still be true today, I don't think so though, but we had a jukebox, a literal jukebox in our cafeteria. Does that still happen? And anybody want to guess what the number one, so now we're, for high school, 1980 to 1983 for me. And there was one song specifically off of one record, and a lot of the record got played too, that got played every single day. I'll give you a minute. It's kind of pretty out. All right, pause it if you don't want to. If you still want to think, pause it now. If you guess correctly, leave me a message and I'll send you a copy of my last record, the Butterfly Kid, which is a really good record. So here I go. I'm going to give you the answer. The one song, and specifically the record, the album that was played every day from like 1980, probably a little earlier, but these are the years I was in high school, 80 to 83, every day in lunch, Pink Floyd, The Wall. We don't need no education. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Every day. And I didn't mind. I was not a major Floyd head, although I kind of was. My first album I ever bought was Dark Side of the Moon. I loved Money, song Money. I don't know about loving Real Money because I don't have any. I probably never will. What I actually was in, like in 8th grade and such, was Southern rock and prog. So I'm talking a lot of like Roundabout, Yes, and a lot of Greengrass and High Tides by the Outlaws, Marshall Tucker Band. And actually what's funny is Neil Young's one of my all-time favorites now. But when I got to high school and they were spinning Pink Floyd, The Wall, they were also doing a lot of the kind of heavy Rust Never Sleeps Neil Young stuff, which I was not into yet. Again, might have been because I just wasn't a stoner. Again, I think I'm allergic to the weed. What were y'all into in those hazy, lazy days when everything came alive for you? Age 13. I'm going to say age 11 to age 17. And what do you think of that? Be honest, is it pop music? Is it weed music?
Absolutely not.
No.
I don't know. I love you guys. We'll talk to you soon.